Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So I was asked if I would do a demo using regular Mod Podge on a cover. As you know, Mod Podge has come out with so many different wonderful solutions, I guess it would be called, or sealers, glues, finishes, that type of thing. They have Mod Podge fabric, which I use constantly. They have paper Mod Podge, which I've been using, and they have matte, and they have gloss, and they have chalk, and they have hard coat, and I mean it just goes on and on. Pearl, extreme glitter, sparkle, all kinds of things. So I said, of course I would. I will gladly do a video doing that. So let me show you. This is, if you didn't see, this is a faux leather cover that I did for a journal that I'll be making and putting for sale on my Etsy. And it's faux leather, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I have so many ideas. So I thought, well, I'm going to do another one. As you can see, this is a blueberry oatmeal container that I made for me to put into a journal cover. So I will show you a few little things. I probably won't cover the whole thing, but you'll get the idea. So I thought I'm going to use the Mod Podge matte as requested, and I'm going to make a turquoisey kind of bluish kind of cover. So here's what I did. I'm obsessed lately. I get obsessed easily with the new coastal texture paints from Folk Art. And I have color Poolside. Beautiful. And I have High Tide. Delicious. I also have a grayer color and a, let me see, the other color, and a sand dollar color. These are the other two colors, but I'm not going to use them with this because I want to kind of stick with what I got going on. And then what I did was I took printer paper, because you guys are always asking me for at home and easier. And some of you have asked me, because I use the paper bag a lot as the faux leather, what if you cannot get out to get the brown paper bag or the brown paper? So I'm just using your everyday printer paper, okay? And all I did was I took a piece of printer paper and I painted it with the one coastal color, which, what was it again? Poolside. Okay, did that, and then I scrunched it up, set it aside. Then I took the High Tide color, painted it, scrunched it up, and threw it to the side to dry. These are nice because there's no gloss in them, and they obviously are texture paint. I did a thin coat. I didn't do too thick of a coat. And when you crumple them up, they don't stick together because there's no gloss or anything in there. Works very good. And then on the third piece of printer paper, I did both. I did the Poolside and I did the High Tide. Then I took regular printer paper and I squirted it maybe 3-4 times with a squirt bottle, squished it, set it down, let it dry, and we got this. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna start on this side. And I have my Mod Podge mat, and I have just a big old brush. Okay. And I'm going to go in with I'm going to mix them all. So I'm just going to do the duty and rip. Okay, and that's all I'm doing. Going in and going in. And I'm going over it with, like I said, just regular Mod Podge mat. Now, if you have the paper Mod Podge, by all means, use it. It's fantastic. So I'm going to kind of use the edge of the paper that I peeled. Come on now. Oh, it's going to be a sticky day, isn't it? If I don't walk out of here with paint and glue dried to me, it's not a day. And you know, if it's too hard to work in the bigger pieces, of course, rip it. You can see how tough that makes it, that glue. And I like to put on top to layer a little bit. You don't have to. Just takes a second. And then I kind of do that, and then I'll go back and kind of finagle. I'm not going to continue there. I'm just going to kind of pick different places because I want it. It's different than the brown paper bag when we do the faux leather because, you know, it's all like you're doing it, you're putting paint over top of it, you know. And then here we're just kind of moving the paper around. Of course, I'm going to add paint to it, but I like to just kind of scooch it all around. I love Mod Podge. I'm such a Mod Podge lover. And like I said, a tip is lay it down. And if you see that it's peeling up a little bit, like it's not connecting there, I'm going to go back, but leave it sit for a minute. I don't know if it's just me or it does do something, but it definitely, you know, you can go back and make sure it gets intact, you know, it really gets glued on there. Just take a second. It isn't going to hurt anything. You know, you're not going to ruin it or anything like that. Now, of course, if you do not have, they sell these coastal paints at your local Michael's, and you can go in with a coupon and get a color. Just pick your favorite color. There's all kinds of awesome colors. But go pick, you know, your favorite color you want or a couple colors. And it's just a lot of fun to play with. I have things that I want to do with it, use it on wood and that kind of thing. I will read you in a second. Now watch, I'm going back with my brush and I'm just tapping it to kind of get it connected on the outsides, you know, contact. And then I'll run again in the middle. You can pat it down. I've showed you how to do this with the leather one. And if you're interested in seeing the leather one, I'll link the video down below, and I will link it up there in the corner at the end of the video, or around here somewhere. You know what I'm saying. You'll see it at the end of the video. It'll come up for you to click. But I know on some surfaces, like on, I don't know, the iPad or whatever, but sometimes you can't click. I didn't know that. All right, so now I'm going to take some of this color, which is High Tide. I'm going to lay it down. Again, I'm going to place it where I want it. Now, I'm going to tell you, Plaid sells, here's one of them, these. They come in a kit of like glue helpers, and they're for hot glue gun. But let me tell you something, and if you don't have one, you don't have to use this, but make sure you keep your finger clean, because each time your finger starts to dry with a little bit of glue and you go to touch it, if you watch me, it pulls it up because my finger's starting to get sticky and it connects in it. So you want to, you want to kind of pay mind to that so you're not so frustrated, because even though I know that it does that, I still get frustrated and my finger still gets stuck, and it's, just one of those things. Not the end of the world, but. See just how simple? And the glue's not going to dry right away. It will dry fairly quick, but you'll have a few minutes here after you put some on to go back and glue where you want. Now, I was going to do only painted papers on here that I did, right? And you can do this you can do all white on here, all your printer paper, and then go back and paint. I wanted to see how this reacted on the printer paper and how pliable and all it was, because it is, I'm going to tell you, it is thick. Not thick like, oh my goodness, but it does make your paper, your printer paper thicker. So I wanted just to see, how it would react to some of it being painted and then put on like this. But you definitely can just do the white paper, the white printer paper, or whatever paper you have. I have tissue paper that I'm going to use too. I'm going to show you in a second. I love some tissue paper, and you can go to your local dollar store and get like all kinds of tissue paper in one pack for $1. And I have a bunch of that and I love to use it. So don't be afraid. Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Because it's all good. Paper towel. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're looking for texture. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go back on this one a little bit. It's a bigger piece. That's already kind of connected there. And I'm just going back and dabbing it, dabbing it, dabbing it. Making sure those ends are connected. Okay. And let me show you the blue. See the blue tissue paper? Remember I used it as thingy the other day. So I'm going to take some and I'm just going to rip it into pieces. Oh, my nose, itchy. And I'm going to fold it in half. And let's see if this text comes through. I'm going to try to stick in places where there isn't much writing. You know? And it's okay if it crinkles some because that's the fun of it. See, I could probably put this in one layer here for now. All right. And then let's wheel it over. So I kind of want it to cover the end, you know? Yeah. You can leave this sit for a minute too, the tissue paper, because it'll just get a little softer. But I just want to add, you know, a little different texture and that kind of thing. And you see it kind of goes with the blues, you know, kind of bluesy as they say. I don't know who says it. It just came up out of my mouth. Let's go over here. And you can definitely tell that you're going to need a couple of coats over this of paper. Nice. Okay, I'm going to tear a little bit more. Ooh, my head's itchy. What else do we want? So I'm going to just kind of tap some of this in there to kind of already fold it. Let's do it like this and see. So this would technically be already stuck together. You know what I'm saying? And then let's do some here. And lay it there. And then just tap it down. Paint it, tap it, whatever you want. Tap that thing. Okay. Very nice. So you see, that's what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to take some of this, which is just printer paper. Look how delicious. I'm going to tear it. And I'm going to go lay some of this down. I'm just going to tear that. Let's see. Don't be afraid to push it down if, you know, because sometimes you have to just give it a push and a tug and a slap so it will work. Okay, let's do one over here. But you can see the Mod Podge is working completely fine. Now I do like the, I mean, Mod Podge, it does dry it very quickly. I do enjoy the paper one. I'm finally like into the formula, like it dries very quickly. It's not sticky. Now, a lot of people worry Mod Podge is sticky on your art journal pages and that kind of thing. You know, I've not really had too much problems. Once in a while I will have some stickiness, but like I said, now they have the paper one out. But like, you know, maybe you could just take a little baby powder or something if it's sticky and kind of run it over really lightly, or, you know, something, if just so it doesn't ruin what you've already used. But I'm telling you, go out and get the paper. go out and get the paper, Mod Podge paper. Put this over here. Okay. Can you see how we're doing all on this? Oh, love it, love it, love it. Now, of course, you could have painted this and gessoed it first. I did not want to. I thought, let me try it this way. I'm just going to throw some glue here while I'm talking. Let me try it this way and see if I can get it, you know, to work more to, and save a little bit of time for myself, and, you know, build it up. Let's do, where do you want to do it, Kel? Let's do it here. You know, I mean, you got to try different ways of things. And honestly, like I said, this is, I'm not going to sit and do the whole thing. I will, however, my next video show you how it came out, because I'm so excited. And a lot of you have been requesting the journals and all, and I'm going to get them up soon. Now you see, this is great. See how that ripped a little bit? It's not a big deal. We can put paper over it. Just put some paper. And you never know. And you can go in other pieces, you know, if you want to lay some of white on it to kind of like make it, you know, because we're going to be putting other colors on the white rather. But yeah, this is going to be so nice. And I like keeping the crinkles in it, the wrinkles, the crinkles. You don't have to, though. You can definitely, you know, if you want to kind of straighten them out with a roly-poly or your brush or whatever, you can definitely do that. I do enjoy the wrinkles because it's going to pick up texture when I go to paint a little bit more on it. So that's what I like. You know, now sometimes what I will do, sometimes scrapbook paper that I have is very thick. Do you know what I mean? And it takes a minute to glue down. It's not the easiest thing to glue down. If that's something that you're dealing with, then definitely spray your paper, whatever you're using, just a light spray. And what it'll do is make it a little bit more pliable and easier to use. You don't want to do it and take all the wrinkles out, of course, but yeah, if it's easier and it sticks better, then of course do it. And you can see it kind of lays down way better. And there's still wrinkles, not a problem. And yeah, so that's all I'm going to bore you with today. But let me know what you guys think. I will definitely show you this when it's done. I love this paint, and let me know if you've tried it as well. But as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. Progress, not perfection. And please continue to tag me with your art. You guys are knocking my socks off with all of these, oh my gosh, all the tags and everything that you guys are doing. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love you guys. And, you know, if you want to share me around, I'd appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel, just found me, please subscribe down below and you hit that notification button, which is the little bell to your right, and you'll be notified when I upload, which is usually 5 to 6 times a week. And you know, that's all I got today. So I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.